Next was the trial court and my sentencing. The suspense could have killed me. All I had on my side was my professionals representing my medical history. Surgical operation that ruined my brain's functioning ability. The male judge asked, "Do we have a verdict?" And they answered him quickly. "Yes, surgery found the defendant unable to intently perform the crimes committed, so he is not guilty." And besides, they made a legal error in my trial. I can make an argument. Just looking for some fame no matter how, but now that court's over, I confess to all of it. The prosecutor wanted to drain my energy. However, I'm a machine from the future, rare and hard to get. Since there's no outlet for me, what were they going to charge me with? Different example. Let's say a death had suspicious timing which led to financial gain. As far back as a long time ago, with these ample claims. Insurance money is always suspicious, and it's beneficiary a criminal seized the money from. Both meanings. Death can be cumbersome. Consider an expert to perform a handwriting analysis. This will help you understand how the case balances, as it becomes clear on the insurance claim who actually did sign the name given on it as accurate. Find out if this evidence will help with the trial for the big money obtained from the victim that was killed. See if the signatures are legit forgeries to help decide guilt. Now here's a discourse on courts and trials to prepare yourself for the wild. Initially, detectives with you will state your opinion, possibly debating, based on the likelihood of evidence combined with the statements they are making. Look at the case as a whole as you listen to the arrestee talk as well. What do you get? It's suspeculating the story. Both meanings, as a means of obtaining the truth before me. Look over the case file. Make sure the inculpatory and exculpatory evidence is submitted and understood to face trial. Don't you dare charge a suspect with the crime until you have a compendium of evidence. Gather your experts in all fields of study to aid and make sense of it. As for the crime itself, does it make sense or no sense at all? Who's truthful and who has incentive for fraud? Was it committed methodically or was it rushed? During any interrogation, you ought to see that lying comes. Did they touch their nose? Did they get flustered and blush? Did they stick to a scripted story that becomes their crutch? The interrogation is halted the moment that they ask for a lawyer. Legally, it must be stopped. Legal counsel will advise you on what to say and what not. Get it? What to say and what not? You must check every suspect for defensive wounds. Sometimes the cause of death is also the causal nexus to get the proof. Who has a motive, no matter how small, to commit the heinous crime? What would they most likely plead during the arraignment time? Even if they did the crime, they will tell the judge not guilty in a sense. In other words, what verdict are they going for? Not guilty, innocence. They may even have people to help them. Their lawyer could call a witness. If you fail to cross-examine them, they could alleviate all suspicion. Hopefully the right one gets convicted and they were properly charged, as long as you can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that there was intent at minimal to commit bodily harm.
I'm a professional and I go against what any other pro post. It's like the mentality of an abusive pimp. I tend to whoopos. If I see them wink, one eyelid really shut, get it? Wink, one eyelid really shut. Hit so hard you should have seen the punch coming when we watch your eyelid really shut. Good lawyer, it was an open case in court, now it's one eyelid really shut.
See, now what's even worse to me is I bet he only learned how to freestyle in case of emergencies, like if a lawyer plays a tape and a tape recording of you into court, then you'd quickly freestyle your way out of it to distort it. They'd play the tape, and it would have your voice saying, "Yeah, I shot the snitch in the face, because he's a major cunt." And then he could deliberately, instantly think of the rhymes through a bullshit epiphany, and, "Mr. Stark, how do you respond?" They'd say in court, and he'd be freestyling while he's crying and spiraling, and he'd be like, "I didn't say, yeah, I shot that snitch in the face, because he's a major cunt. No, I said, grab my chocolates in the bag, the peanut-flavored ones." You know, do it all nervous and shit. See, it's insane, right? See, he'd be saying all that, and all of a sudden the next audio tape would come out, and it'd be his voice saying, 15 kilos of cocaine I sold at the neighborhood family diner. Once again, Mr. Stark, how do you respond? He would, stumble and stutter and fluttering out his words. He'd be like, Oh, I never said 15 kilos of cocaine I sold at the neighborhood family diner. I really said, get me 3 loads of gourmet rice bowls, add cheese and water. Do you have any wine, sir? Shit, crazy, right? See, what I'm trying to teach you is, he didn't learn how to freestyle to be the best MC. He probably learned how to freestyle as a necessity. I mean, as a survival self-defense mechanism used for protection needs. I mean, this ass whooping is your fault. You're creating disdain. The only thing you're best at is being a king in pain. Get it? I'm not saying you're a king. I'm saying you're a king in pain. That's a crazy one, right? I just fucking tricked your bitch ass, right? Dumbass. See, since I'm here against my will, I've decided I'm going to change his future. I'm going to commit dangerous, heinous crimes and easily frame this loser. At the crime scene, I'll leave to use cigarettes and with my fingerprints, and they'll think it's just ignorance, like I'm a dumb criminal or something, right? And then you'll be minutes away from serving a long prison sentence, living with a skinny cellmate. All you lift is a small dumbbell. That's heavy time with a light weight. Check that shit out, man. That's crazy. Heavy time, light weight. It's a triple meaning, man. Triple meaning, bitch, right? Anyways, set myself up to fail. But he gets involved with the trip. Same difference. But to everyone else, you won't be able to pretend that your face is innocent like Abe Lincoln's. Face is innocent like Abe Lincoln's, the 1 cent innocent.
I also have 2 comedy books that feature a lot of courtroom scenes, courtroom humor, and stuff like that. Just really hilarious investigation and lawyer banter and, arguments with judges and all sorts of hilarious things. So my first one is The World's Worst Murder Detective, and then the sequel, World's Worst Murder Detective 2, Lost and Found. And they've both done very successful. I'm showing pictures here. They're both entirely 100% free, available in all formats, including audiobook. And they've done very well. My sequel, World's Worst Murder Detective 2, Lost and Found, got ranked #1 on freeebooks.net, for example. So hope you guys enjoy this. I love courtroom stuff. I just love it.